is your radio station. This is Radio Caroline. It is now 12 midnight. And as we enter this new phase in our broadcasting history, you naturally have our assurance that we intend to stay on the air because we belong to you and we love you. Caroline continues.
The seas are rough and cruel, life is hard, but as each day passes, the moment of triumph draws nearer. The British people rally round. They send food, they send comfort, and they send their love. All you need is love, and love overcomes. The British government relents. Caroline raises her anchor and heads for England. See her now majestically and proudly sailing up the river toward the capital that has welcomed so many victors in British history. But none as victorious as these men. They stand on the deck waving to the millions of people who line the Thames. This time the tears flooding from their eyes are tears of happiness. The insurmountable odds have been surmounted. They reunite with their families, with their friends, with their loved ones. We are near the end of our story. London's skyline has a new landmark pointed toward the heavens. Caroline's aerial. At last beaming out its love and music to a free and peaceful nation. We have overcome. The battle is over. Free radio becomes a way of life, but never taken for granted. For no man will ever forget Monday, August the 14th, 1967.
Well, today, that day came. Johnny Walker was on board to witness his dream come true.
28 years ago, a Radio Caroline DJ predicted the pirate ship would one day sail up the Thames and broadcast from London. Now, the Ross Revenge, home to the famous station, has done just that. The pledge was made by DJ Johnny Walker at midnight on August the 14th, 1967, the day the Marine Offences Act came into effect, all but wiping out the pirate radio stations. He was clearly delighted as the 1,400-ton ship moored in London's docklands.
I never really expected this to happen, and for there to be the interest in Caroline and for the name to be alive, you know, in 1995, you know, that whole idea of vision in the 1960s that people had, I thought really had gone.
Caroline has been given a permit to broadcast for a month on an FM frequency as part of a campaign to encourage young people to vote.
We did change, you know, the style of radio, you know, music radio in Britain. I mean, Caroline was the thing that turned it around.
When the pirates ruled the airwaves in the 1960s, they were pulling in 20 million listeners every day. But it wasn't all plain sailing. The first Caroline ship was beached in a storm, one of several mishaps during the swashbuckling days of pirate radio, an era which spawned famous DJs like Johnny Walker, the late Kenny Everett and Dave Lee Travis. 28 years ago, Caroline was outlawed. Now, for a month at least, the most famous pirate of them all is legal, and she's back.